Hey everyone, Alex broadcasting to you from a pretty nice and sunny East London afternoon. Still got the beard going on, probably going to lose it after a few days. And got myself a nice new GoPro camera, so the quality is up, so I'm very happy about that. Today I wanted to talk to you about this idea of should you do what you love, should you define your career based on your passion. This is something that you hear a lot thrown around. It's a common, it's a bit of a buzzword, or a buzz phrase. Do what you love. If you're deciding on what you should be doing in life, do what you're passionate about. I think having looked around at my own career and other people who are successful and other creative people who have done very well, it's probably an idea worth questioning, actually. Is it really the right approach to say to people that they need to be doing what they're passionate about? Passion doesn't necessarily come from within immediately. I think it's something that comes from actually spending time developing craft in something, developing mastery in something, getting really good, getting focused at something in particular. If you look at the careers of many people, it's often the case that people have jumped around from one thing to the next, rather than sort of knowing exactly what they wanted off the bat, going and doing it and doing a really good job of it. Think about Steve Jobs. He obviously got into building a massive technology empire, selling computers and smartphones. But if you look back, rewind to his early beginnings, he was a bit of a hippie walking around in his flip-flops, interested in philosophy and psychedelic drugs and that kind of thing, and was really not someone you'd associate with someone who'd be the CEO of a technology company. So what happened with him is that he's actually told everyone that you should go and do what you love. And I kind of question that. I think not enough people have sat down and actually questioned that concept, because he himself actually did something more out of necessity, wanting to make a bit of money initially, and that turned into something that he was really committed to and focused to, which then developed into a passion. And I think you need to approach this idea with the same awareness of that. So this idea of doing what we're passionate about, is it a good thing to go by those rules? I see a lot of people jumping from one thing to the next because they think that they're passionate about something in particular, whether that be painting or music or writing or illustration. They do it, see that it doesn't, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, see that it doesn't work out after a while, and then the whole thing fizzles out and they move on to the next thing, the next shiny object. And I think it can be a block to you to think in this way. I think it's important to realize that passion is something that comes out of taking action. It comes after you've committed to doing something and developing mastery in it and getting better at it. In my own experience, I started off getting into geography, and then I moved into doing a course in real estate, and then only then I started getting into illustration. And 10 years later, I'm now doing something that is that I'm passionate about, but is really not related to illustration. It's more about teaching and training others how to make the most of their creative skills. That's what I've now settled on. And it may well develop into something else down the line. But the fact is that you can't just say, all right, I know that I love this, I'm going to go and do that, and I'm going to go and make a career out of it. You just got to make a decision on something. My advice is to, when it comes to thinking about what you need to be committing to in career, first of all, make the decision to do something that you have the potential to enjoy. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you're passionate about just yet. I chose to do illustration through uploading stuff to stock photography websites. It wasn't necessarily something I was passionate about at the time, but I knew that I'd enjoy it. So do something that you know you have the potential to enjoy doing over a long period. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that's from the heart, because we don't know really what is truly what we're passionate about. It's something that comes from doing something and seeing, this is something that I could actually get better at and become useful to other people by doing. So think about it in that way. Think about what you could commit to doing that will allow you the space to develop mastery in it, to be able to hone a craft in something. It's really when you start developing mastery in something, that's when you have the capability of piling on skills onto something very specific and becoming useful to the world at that thing. You can't. That's what passion comes from. It's the realization. This is my definition of passion. Passion is the realization that you are becoming useful at something. You are becoming useful to the world. You are able to contribute with some skill that you've developed. You're not going to be aware of what that passion is right from the start. Passion comes from taking lots and lots of action. Passion also comes from sticking with something and not allowing it to fizzle out. Lots of people underestimate the amount of time and energy it takes to throw themselves into something. And when they see that it's really tough to do and they're not seeing the results they want, they give up and then they move on to the next thing, thinking that maybe the passion is there. No, passion comes out of spending lots of time doing something, getting good at it, seeing your skills improve, and then the energy comes out. That's the passion. Another thing I'd add to that is that if you're doing this for career, if you're doing this to make money and to pay the bills, then don't be silly about what you commit to doing and developing mastery. And don't choose something that can only really be a hobby that will never earn you good money. Choose to do something that has the potential, at least, to making good income for you that you can also enjoy. That's the double whammy, doing something that you will enjoy doing over time and have the scope to develop mastery and earns good money from people who are willing and able to pay for it. That's the triple whammy. Mastery, doing something that you know has the potential to earn you good money, and doing something that has the potential to keep you interested, at least over the long term. That's my thought on passion. I hope this discussion cleared out some cobwebs and maybe made you think about this whole do what you love thing in a slightly different angle. Subscribe to my channel, please, if you can, if you liked what you saw. Do like this video, hit the little thumbs up button if you did like it, and I will see you in the next video.